Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. So here we are with a new system update. Now I haven't actually got the system for the collection yet. That is something that's going to be coming in the future. But there is a system I've wanted to add back to the collection since I've started rebooting everything. And of course, you know, I'm doing the Super Nintendo, doing the Genesis, I've got the Xbox, the PS1. And the one console that I really like a lot, which I've dabbled with now and again over the years. I did have one when they came out back in the day for a brief period and loved it. And that console was the N64, the Nintendo 64. Absolutely fantastic console. Always been a big fan of it. As I say, I briefly had one back when they came out, and so I didn't get much time with it, but the time I had, I spent mostly just playing GoldenEye and absolutely adored that game. Still do to this day actually, it's a really solid game. And so, since I've been collecting, I've had the odd, well, a couple of N64s here and there. But I decided recently, you know what, if there's any systems I want to add to the collection now, so I've got all the systems I really like to play. There's just a couple I'd like to get, and one of them is definitely the N64. So in the future, I'm going to be picking up an RGB modded N64 because you've got to go the RGB mod because that is the best picture you're going to get from it. So I have picked up a couple of games. I wasn't actually intending on picking any games up until the console had arrived when I eventually get one. But I saw a guy on UK eBay about a month ago, I think it was, near enough now, and he was selling his collection. And these were games that he bought back in the 90s, and he just put them in the loft, and they got like import stickers on, which is really cool. So I really like the idea of that. They're actually authentic. They weren't just, you know, games that have been in and out of collections. They're actually authentic games from back in the day, which I thought was really cool. I know that obviously all retro games are authentic, but I just mean that it was from one person's collection, and they've got those. They were American games that were shipped to the UK, and they've got those import stickers from the store they were bought from, which I thought was really nice. So I picked up two of them from him because I wasn't able to win the rest of the auctions, unfortunately. I got outbid. But I did get very lucky, and I got the first game, which is Doom 64, and I got this for 13 quid. So £13 for Doom 64, looking at what it's going to cost to import it, is a real bargain. And when it arrived, it's in such nice condition as well, pretty much near mint. I was amazed. So I was really happy when that arrived. Doom 64 is one I've always wanted to play because apparently it is an actual version of Doom that was only made for the N64, so it got its own port, which I thought was, well, not port, you know, its own version created from the ground up. So I thought that was a really good idea, and it's something I really want to play. So I'm looking forward to that. I've seen a few reviews on YouTube over the years, and people have always recommended playing Doom 64. I've played it on PC, PS1, and Jaguar. You know, I've played it on a few platforms, and I've always enjoyed Doom. PS1 versions in particular are some of my favourites, and the Jaguar Doom is just quality, except for the lack of audio, of course. But the N64 one looks really solid. I'm interested to see how it works as well, because obviously being designed for the N64, it should run quite smoothly, because I know from watching Glenn Plant's channel that the cartridge obviously limited some of the games that were ported over to N64, so a lot of audio is cut and you get frame rate issues and things. But apparently Doom 64 runs really smoothly, so yeah, I thought why not? You know, 13 quid, I couldn't believe it because it was going up in price, and I thought I'm never going to win this auction, it's going to be like 30 quid or something. And I put a cheeky bid in and I won it, so yeah, I was really chuffed. And then the second game I won from the same seller, one of my absolute favourite N64 games. Never played it back in the day when it came out, but I did play it for the first time a couple of years ago, back when I, probably around 09, 2010, somewhere around then. I did do a full playthrough of this game on my channel, so that will tell me what year it was. And that is Star Fox 64. So as you know, massive Star Fox fan, adore the franchise, and Star Fox 64 is without doubt the second best Star Fox game there is. I know some will argue it's the first best, but I've got a lot of nostalgic value attached to the original Star Fox on SNES, so it's impossible for me to say that 64 is a better game. It is, but you know, nostalgically, the Super Nintendo game is the one where I enjoy the most. But yeah, Star Fox 64, what can you say really? Stunning game. They really did the best to really push the N64 with this one, and you know, show you what the console could actually do. I mean, it's really massive levels, loads and loads of speech, beautiful graphics. You've got new vehicles with the tank, which I can't remember, it's called the Landstalker, I think it is called. I can't remember. But that was wicked. I loved playing that the first time I played through. I was like, this is absolutely fantastic. It works really well. And it just showed that you didn't have to just fly around. You could alternate the vehicles, which is good. You know, I mean, the only objection I have with Star Fox games is when they take you out of the cockpit, you have to walk around. If they're just changing vehicles, it works really well. And the same with Star Fox 2, which was unreleased, where you can land on the ground with your vehicle and little feet come out of your R-wing and you can walk around. that's alright, but when you just walking that fox around shooting things, and that's crap. But yeah, anyway, Star Fox 64, really chuffed to get it, and I got this for, I think it was £22 if I remember rightly, shipped. And looking on eBay, you're talking 30, 40 quid, and if you go on American eBay, you know, maybe that price, maybe a little bit more. It all depends, everyone's all up in the air with the prices up and down all the time. But yeah, I thought 22 quid was an absolute bargain. There was one on, literally on eBay at the same time for 40 quid, so I was very happy to get it, and it's absolutely immaculate when it arrived. I was very happy with this one. Great addition to my collection. And so I was looking at a couple of other games from a different seller who was used a few years ago called, I think it's Armadillo on eBay. Really nice bloke, and he does a great job, always packs his games well, and very honest in my condition. So I knew from previously using him that I was going to be okay. And he had a couple of games that I had my eye on. One in particular I really wanted because it was a game that I picked up a couple of years back when I first started getting back into the N64 and I was doing my collecting. And it was a game that I'd never played. And I played its predecessor, and obviously that is held in high regard as a classic. And that game is 007, The World Is Not Enough. Now this game I don't think gets enough love. It's a really, really solid first-person shooter. I believe it's made by Eurocom, who do a lot of the Bond games nowadays. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. The one thing for me is the sound effects are really solid in it. The gun sound effects are fantastic. And I had a lot of fun playing through it. I didn't get all the way through the game. I got a few levels. I can't remember exactly how many it was. It was a level where it's stealth and you're wandering around the grounds of a property and you've got to do some stealth mission. And I'm terrible at stealth, as you know, so I kind of failed that quite a few times and I got a bit fed up trying to do it. But the actual running and gunning stuff is brilliant, and I really like it. I think 007 World Is Not Enough is a superb game, and definitely one that's overlooked, you know, because obviously GoldenEye overshadows it dramatically, because GoldenEye is a classic game, you know, it's a fantastic shooter. But yeah, I was really chuffed to get this. So I was looking at it for a while, and it looked to be in really nice condition, as I say, and the price was low. I think it was 20 quid shipped, and I just thought, sod it. So I just put the money down and I bought it, and I got myself a really nice minty copy of 007 The World Is Not Enough, and it's the blue cartridge as well. And I was trying to find it online because there's blue carts and grey carts, and from what I was reading online, I don't know if it's true or not, but some people were saying in forums that the blue cartridge and all the coloured cartridges are the first releases, and the later releases are the grey carts, which I thought was a bit odd. I thought it'd have been the other way around, but there you go. So I got a blue cart because it's a blue cart. Really, that's it. I could have gone and got a grey cart from America, but you know, it was 20 quid, mint condition, blue cart, all the bits and bobs, so why not? So yeah, so that's 007 The World Is Not Enough. Absolutely great shoot, and highly recommend playing that, guys. And then the last game I picked up, I saw this on eBay America a couple of weeks ago, popped up, and I was doing a newly listed item search, and it was $31, which is about 18 quid. And I thought, that is a really good price. Now it's a game that people tend to slag off and say it's a load of crap, and so I've always avoided it, and I've only seen snippets of gameplay. I've never really watched a proper playthrough of it, so I don't know if it's good or bad. And to be honest, until you play it yourself, you never really can make your mind up, I don't feel. But I saw it going cheap, as I say, $31, buy now. Amazing no one picked it up, but then probably because of its reputation. And I was talking to the seller back and forth, trying to work out some shipping costs, and it was just, because he was using global shipping, they wanted to charge me nearly $50 again, and I was like, nah, I'm not paying $50, it doesn't make it a bargain then. So luckily my good friend Alex, BlueTonic78, came to my rescue again. He went ahead and bought it from the seller, and he shipped it to me, and it arrived yesterday, so thank you very much, Alex, appreciate it, mate. And that game, guys, is Castlevania. Now this is I believe the first one, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's two games, there's Castlevania, and the other one I believe is Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. I think that's the correct subtitle. So I will be getting that as well. Now I know a lot of people say that the 3D Castlevanias are absolutely awful, but being a fan of the series, I wanted to try it for myself and see what it's like. And recently I was watching the Kind of Funny channel and Kind of Funny Games as well. And Colin Moriarty was saying how he felt that they were unfairly treated, the two Castlevania games on N64, and not nearly as bad as people make them out to be. And I kind of trust his opinion. He seems to know what he's talking about, and we're sort of on the same wavelength for a lot of the time in games. So I thought, yeah, I'll give it a try if I see it for a good price. And as I say, $31, about 18 quid. Couldn't really argue with that, so I just jumped on it and grabbed it. And thank you very much to Alex again. As I say, BlueTonic78, he's an absolute saviour. So it's always helpful to have a friend in America. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out when I get an N64, see how it plays, and it's going to be interesting. But yeah, overall, guys, I've got those games so far. I've got a list of games that I want to work through, which you will see now. They should be scrolling in front of your eyes. So have a look at that list. If there's anything you think I've missed, let me know in the comments below and I'll check out the game, see what I think of it. Because, you know, I've been through the list and picked out the ones I think are the best and that look good and interesting. There are a couple of games people will disagree with me on, you know, things like Mortal Kombat 4 probably, but I like that just for nostalgic value. Even though I only played it on the PS1, but it's just a great game. And I have played it on the N64 since, so yeah. So there you go guys, those are the latest additions to my collection. When I eventually get the console, I'll show you that, and any more games, I'll do videos for those as well. Thank you for watching as always, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you think in the comments. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.